What's up, guys, and welcome back to another tutorial. There are several things you can use a smock design to do, but in today's video I'll be using this for an elbow patch. You can use it for a pocket or for anything, but if you look at this simple outfit and if you look at the elbow area, I have a patch design in which I use the smock design to do. So I'll be taking you guys through the process of doing this. You can use it to do a pocket, you can use it to do anything you actually want. I just want to be more creative with this. That's why I use a patch design. So all you have to do for me is just to give the video a maximum thumb up and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are yet to subscribe. Let's get into the tutorial. So here is the smock design after finishing. You can see this is what we have at the back side. You can see that. So now all I'm going to do, the very first thing, you can use this design to do anything, whether pockets or anything you want to use to do on your design. So here I have to cut this into two based on the design I want to do. I believe you have seen the design on the introduction in the beginning of the video. So first and foremost, the thing I'm going to do now is to simply apply an interfacing to the back of the smock design, right? I'm going to apply an interfacing to the back. You can see that. And I'm going to give it a thorough ironing. I'm going to glue the interfacing. You can see what I'm doing. Make sure you stretch it up. Smock design can basically be used for anything, for female outfit, for male design, pocket design, sleeve design, hem design, anything. But here I'm going to be using it for a sleeve patch. The design I'm doing is basically a sleeve patch. You can see this. So just iron it down. Make sure it is glued to the fabric. See what I have. I'm busy. So you can see what I have in the front, how slide and how smooth it looks. So I'm just going to basically cut out the interfacing out of it. You can see. So if you had an interfacing to it before cutting it, you're not going to cut out the down thread. The interfacing is going to hold the thread and the fabric all together. That's why you have to add an interfacing to the back first before you simply do anything with the smock design. You can see what I have. So I'm just going to cut the fabric out. So after cutting the fabric out, you see what I have now. You see how smooth the smock design is. I'm going to fold this together. In case you want to do a pocket, you can just cut out the size of your pocket on this one. But I'm using it for a patch, so I need like 4 inches wideness on both sides, both the left and the right. You can see that. So here I'm just going to slide this, fold this together and cut exactly the same size. You can see. So what I have here, so these are the two patch design. So in order to get the angle, the cuff angle, I'm going to fold it together like this. You can see here, and I'm going to run a cuff at the edge right here because I want the patch to be cuff, just like this. So what I have, just like this. So I'm going to tape all the edges round. Also this one, I'm going to do the same thing, fold it like this, fold it together. You can see that. I'm going to cut out the cuffed parts. See what I have here. See that. So after that is done, all you have to do is just to simply cut a piece of fabric that you'll be using for the patch. So it's going to be a bias because it has to be, you have to be able to cuff the fabric. So you're not going to cut this in straight, you're going to cut it in bias, right? And after cutting, you have to fold it just like you're folding the piping of your neck. Just like you're folding the piping of your neck, you see that? And you're going to simply iron it all down. And you're going to do this. Fold the edge, fold both edge, like a piping of the neck. In case you haven't seen the video of how to pipe, a link will be in the description below to do that. We're just going to fold it like this. Then we're going to use it to do the turn up. So let me fold it and show you guys what the piping will look like before we go to the sewing machine. So here, you see what I have here. I did not put any gum inside of it, just like this. So I'm just going to place it this way from the side. And I'm going to open up. Okay, just like this. I'm going to open up one side, you can see. I'm going to stitch it all the way around so that I'm going to use the fabric to do a turn up. So let's go to the sewing machine right now and do this. Just in case you haven't seen the video of the smock design, how to draw a grid and how to do all of this, a link will be in the description below, or you can just simply check the video gallery to get access to that. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do both sides. I'll take it to the sewing machine now and do both of the smoke design before we run the patch. So now on the pipe, the very first thing you're going to do is to fold your pipe backward like this. You can see, and I'm going to place it at this corner. You can see that. Then I'm going to start my stitch, because that's what is going to cover up the pipe after we turn it all around, after we stitch it all around. So you can see what I'm having here. So I'm just going to stitch it all around. Just have to make sure your hand is straight while you're doing this. You see what I'm doing? You can see that. Just have to take your time. Don't have to rush yourself. You see that? So I'm going to stitch it all around to the last edge, and let me show you what that will look like. So after stitching it all around, you can see what I have. I have to stitch this over the fold in which we did before. You see here? So after stitching it over the fold, let me trim out the excess here. So I'm going to simply use this to overlap like this. You can see. I'm going to fold it backward, and I'm going to give it a thorough ironing so that I'm going to have something as balanced as possible. You can see what I'm having here. So if you're making a pocket, you can do your pocket like this. All you have to do is just to stitch it to your chest or gum it down very well so that it's not going to like overlap, and stitch it to your chest. So let me take this to the ironing table, and after ironing, this is what we're going to be having on both sides. You see that? So this is going to be at the ankle side. It's going to be a patch design. You see that? So here, all I have to do now is to basically get where I want this to be on my patch, which is and one is going to be on the left and the other one is going to be on the right. So you have to take your time to align that very, very well before you get where this is going to be. So make sure you adjust the measurement from the tip of the sleeve. I want you to have a space of 3 inches. From the tip, I want you to have a space of 3 inches. So that is going to be exactly on my elbow. You can see that. 3 inches. And from the upper part, I want you to have, from the fold at the center part, I want you to have like 1.5 inches. So all I'm going to do now is to basically stitch this all around. I'm going to stitch it all around the sleeve. And my outfit is done. All I have to do is just to join the sleeve to the bodice. You see that? So I'm going to take it to the sewing machine now and do the stitching and do the second sleeve also before we attach it to our bodice. That's the basic design. So after stitching it, you can see I actually hide the thread because I stitch inside the ditch. So you're not going to see the thread at all. It's going to be like, it's a patch design. So you can see what I have inside. So that's basically how to do the design. You see what I have here. So you can use smoke design for anything. If you enjoyed this video so far, make sure you give the video a thumb up and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're yet to subscribe. And you have to get inspired because these are some designs that you hardly see people showing you how to. So that's about it. I hope you guys loved the video. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you've benefited somehow, some way from the tutorial. So don't forget to give the video a thumb up, and I will see you guys on the next video. There's a video on the screen right now. Click it and watch.